What is up, guys? Zach is back, bringing you guys another Pokemon XY Wi-Fi battle. This time, bringing you one against Maxwell. He's got a team. Yep, a team. He's got a Chansey, I'm sure probably a Violite, Mega Heracross, most likely Togekiss, always a pain in the ass. Staraptor, very strong, reckless. Spinner, obviously, probably being Starmie, and a very strong Evire. I brought a pretty decent team. A nice gift in the form of an HP Fire Magnezone from Razorblade from the stream for Christmas, and I thank him. It's pretty fantastic, but without further ado, let's get into this game. I do enjoy this music. Gotta love it. He leads with his Evire, I lead with my Breloom, and for some reason didn't click. I was like, oh, I'll outspeed, no problem. And then I thought to myself, wait, no I won't. Breloom's base speed is not very good. So he smacked me right in the face with a Fire Punch. Thankfully, no crit. Thankfully, no burn. And I put him to sleep. And this is my quote-unquote special Breloom. It's a old set, Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, Sub Focus Punch Breloom. So here, I know he's asleep, he's going to switch out or he's going to stay in, and I go straight for a Focus Punch. Unprotected Focus Punch, and I just nail the Starmie on switch right in the face. And it does a ton, because Starmie is not very defensive in any way, shape, or form. Here I know I pretty much have nothing to take. I don't want to switch into a Scald and potentially burn something. Don't want to switch into an Ice Beam. Because of my two weaknesses to ice. Don't want to take a Psychic, or a Hydro Pump if it is a special, like a Specs. So he switches into his Chansey knowing that he'll completely wall my Jolteon. Knowing that Chansey is most likely coming out, I hit a Volt Switch to try and get some type advantage. And I know that I can set up all day in this thing's face with my Crocodile. So I hit Chansey in the face with Unstab Power Punch, but gives me +1. This is my Battle Maison team. It is a Crocodile with Power Punch, Earthquake, Outrage, and Foul Play. Will probably be Crunch at some point whenever I stop being lazy, but here he withdraws his Chansey, and I know whatever's coming in is going to die, most likely. He sends in his Starmie, and I'm like, crap. I was like, please, for whatever reason, I thought that it was going to stay in, the Chansey, and try and stall me out with Protect, so on and so forth. So I stay in, he hits me with Scald, and suddenly my Crocodile is in a really crappy position. Here I know, I was like, I don't want to switch into a Scald, I don't want to switch into an Ice Beam, I don't want to switch into a Psychic. So I decided to stay in, keep my +2, get the Earthquake off, get my Moxie. The only reason I actually lived that hit is because I carry an Assault Vest on this Crocodile right now. Here, I know he's definitely going to outspeed me on Staraptor. Nothing I can do. Either he has Quick Attack, or he is obviously faster base speed. He goes for the U-turn, which is fine because I will get switch advantage because he has to switch something in before I actually have to send out anything. He sends out his Togekiss. I send out my Sableye because the first thing I know what I want to do is I want to get some kind of residual damage off on this thing, because Togekiss is being extremely difficult to kill at all times without some form of stab poison, stab steel, and stab electric, obviously. I know I could probably kill it off with Jolteon, no problem. I hit Confuse Ray, just being my annoying Sableye self, and luckily for me, he hits himself in confusion, flat out first turn. So lucky me. He's got his lefties rolling. I've got my lefties, but they're not going because I haven't been hit yet. Here, I know for some reason, I don't know why. I'm not going to do anything to this, but I wanted to see how much a Foul Play would do, and you can see it does pretty much nothing. So here I know that sitting in here and stalling with Sableye is not going to get me anywhere. Luckily for me, Burn is doing quite a bit. He snaps out of confusion, he roosts, and I go, welp, now I really don't know why I'm in here. For some reason, I decided to stay in and try and stall this thing out, which was a terrible idea. Um, Especially since it brought Roost. Honestly, this Sableye can't do anything. If this is, I'm pretty sure this is his nasty plotting set, I would have set up 3 nasty plots and swept the team. First thing I would have done, I wouldn't have even gone for anything. But he goes for, you know, T-Wave, and then he goes for Air Slash, and I know I'll resist that like no problem on Jolteon, and he's pretty much at the point where I know he's going to switch. Why would you stay in to a Jolteon? T-Bolt would most likely clean it out or bring it next to dead. So here, I go for, I think I go for Volt Switch, forgetting about his Evire. Yeah, I forgot about his Evire, but luckily for me, a sleeping Evire is sleeping, and I go ahead and just nail it with a Shadow Ball because I am a Life Orb set, so I can switch up my move. And it does an absolute ton. Being a crit, obviously, totally mattered. I think I would have been able to 2-hit KO anyway. Probably would have been like 45 to 60%, something like that damage variation. I throw out HP Ice just in case he wanted to switch out and save his Evire. Didn't really matter. I take it out no problem, and he switches into his Chansey, knowing that he completely walls any special move I have. So here, I hit the Volt Switch, brings him down to about half, and I go into my Garchomp, okay, yeah. Knowing that he is not going to do anything to me. So, here, like, Chansey has nothing he can do to me right now. I Mega, first turn, get all my stat boosts, so on and so forth, and I'm pretty sure here I set up a Swords Dance, and he stayed in, so at this point I'm pretty much like sweep, take out the broom, I'm gonna sweep with my Chomp. He Toxics me. I'm thinking maybe Toxic Stall Soft Boil coming here, but to no avail, I suppose. I know I'm thinking that this thing will not want to come in at all, and apparently it doesn't mind, because he stays in, and I was thinking Togekiss incoming, expecting Outrage or something like that. So here I just decide, alright, we're going to go for Stab, Earthquake, +2, and the crit I'm pretty sure mattered on a Violite Chansey, not 100% sure, but judging by the damage on that Iron Head, I don't think Stab and 20 base power more really makes up that difference. Here he goes for Double Edge, and I'm thinking, well, I thought I was going to sweep, and Double Edge just completely cleans me out. And I knew Staraptor was strong, and for some reason, I don't know why, it just didn't click. But I know I have my Magnezone, my Ace in the Hole, and his Staraptor really can't do anything, and neither can his Togekiss. I know those are his remaining things. And he hits a U-turn, and goes straight into his Heracross, and I knew that he had his Heracross, his Togekiss, and his Staraptor left, so I decided to nail it with a Volt Switch and send out my Sableye here, because I know as soon as I burn this thing, it is worth nothing. He goes into Mega, I burn it, and that's pretty much GG from here. He can't really do anything to my Magnezone, especially after being burnt. He pretty much has no options. He goes for Pin Missile. It does absolutely nothing. Being burnt, even 5 hits, doesn't even do, what, 50 damage? 60 or so, with 5 hits, which is nothing. At this point, I can just recover stall him out with burn, no problem whatsoever. However, I think here, do I go for recover? No, I go for Confuse Ray, hoping to just get a few annoying turns in, maybe speed up the process of the stall. Because I myself am not one to stall, so I hate it when others stall, so I try not to do it as long as I possibly can towards others. You know, hopefully getting the same respect. Either way, burn does its course. I recover. Luckily, I haven't gotten paralyzed at all yet, so praise RNGesus for that one. He gets confused again. He actually hits. I know it's going to do the same pitiful amount, maybe 50-60 damage. The burn will run its course, confuse will run its course, and at this point I don't even need my Sableye, so I'm just leaving it in. It's pretty much fodder at this point. I have the Togekiss is burned. I don't really need it for Staraptor, and although burning Staraptor would definitely seal the deal. Here he wants to, for some reason he saves his Heracross. Not really a big deal to me. He sends in his Togekiss, I recover, get a free recover turn, and then I know my Magnezone completely walls Togekiss, and I'll probably go into that to clean up the rest of the game. Knowing full well that Staraptor's set is probably somewhere along the line of Double Edge, U-Turn, Brave Bird, and Roost, something along those lines, and Togekiss, knowing that it's not going to be able to do anything here. Even after a nasty plot, I resist air slash, no problem. Resist the fairy type move, no problem. So I'm just pretty much on cleanup duty on my Magnezone at this point. I go for Flash Cannon just in case. I don't know why I went for Flash Cannon instead of Discharge. I think I just went for Flash Cannon because just for the heck of it. Now that I think about it, maybe just in case he wanted to switch into something. Stupid move on my part. I suppose I should have just went for Discharge and cleaned up the game. Either way, he lives it because Togekiss is a tank, but dies to the burn. He sends out his Heracross. I know that Heracross runs Arm Thrust. Mega Heracross, Skill Link, Arm Thrust, Bullet Seed, Pin Missile, Rock Blast, something along those lines. So I just bring in my Sableye. It runs its hit the miss on the Arm Thrust. He burns to death, and at this point, I know he's got one thing left, and it's the Staraptor, and all I got to do is cripple it. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp, nail the Will-O-Wisp, and this at this point pretty much seals the deal. It is GG at this point. He's going to run himself dry with Brave Bird, residual damage from Will-O-Wisp, no problem. Maybe just a turn here or there. I think, does Sableye clean up with a foul play? We're going to find out, I suppose. Burn and Brave Bird take it down to about half. I switch out, I suppose, into my Magnezone? Nope, my Jolteon, knowing that I'll probably resist the hit. Will I live a Brave Bird Will-O-Wisp? I don't actually remember. This is a battle from a couple days ago on the stream. Yep, I live it with 7 HP, and at this point, I think he's Choice Banded. But I know I outspeed. I hit the T-Bolt, cleans it out. But either way, it was a good game from the stream the other day, from singles matches. From Max, I doubled down with the Life Orb damage, obviously. It was a good game. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle against Max. It was a strong game. I think it was a 2-0? Yeah, I think it was a 2-0 after Jolteon died. But pretty good game, nonetheless. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and I'll see you guys in the stream or in the next YouTube video. Peace.